Don't look at my heart. Oh my god. I look so fucking chopped. Okay. I look so fucking chopped. I got a haircut today. It looks ass, bro. It looks so fucking bad. Okay. Damn. I'm very disappointed by this. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to the news. This is the name of this channel now. Anyway, here we are. How are all of you doing? How's it going? So, let me just set up a little something and then we're gonna go ahead with the content for today. We'll see how to deal with it. We'll see what to do. Anyway, I think there is one thing that I need, and that is to bring up the chat. Okay, awesome. So now I have my live chat over here. I'll get it. I need to set up the whole thing with what the fuck is it called? No woman, no cry. Da 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 da. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. No cry. So I think this changed. And that's it. So I wonder how loud the fan is behind me. Hopefully not too much, but I fear it may be a lot. Yeah. I wonder how yeah, it's so fucking loud, man. So damn loud. Okay, I'll just have to shut it off. And maybe I'll just use a smaller fan. So let me check if that is a good alternative. Hopefully it is. Cause it's very, very hot today. It's a very hot summer. Very damn hot summer. And like, I'd rather avoid being disgustingly sweaty, you know? So, let's see. This is much more manageable. Way less loud. And also it's targeted, so let's hear it now. Let's hear what it has to say. This is much more manageable. Way less loud. And also it's targeted, so let's hear it now. Let's hear what it has to say. Yeah, you pretty much can't hear it, so that's good. So, yeah. So, I was coding a little bit this morning. I've been I'm very disillusioned with coding, to be honest. I'm very disillusioned with coding at the moment. I feel like coding isn't at all valuable right now. Because, you know, you see people saying like, you vibe code an app to 50k a month. And like, that's ridiculous on so many damn levels. On so many damn, like, it's so stupid. I don't understand how people really think that's going to be the case. And just think about the competition that you have. Beforehand, you were competing with people that can code. But now ChatGPT can code. And so, by extension, anybody that can use ChatGPT can code. And anybody can just tell ChatGPT to like just do something, and it's going to probably. So, like a person that has a little bit more wisdom and patience than you is going to outcompete you even if you're good at coding. Like, there's no money to be made in coding. There's no money to be made in ChatGPT wrappers. There's no money to be made in any of that. Anywhere. I use Filipino kids as a frame of reference. So anything that a Filipino kid can do is not going to be worth it, because like you just have a Filipino kid do it at that point for nothing, for no money or little to no money. So really, you shouldn't be spending more than like 10 minutes coding, or just hire a Filipino kid to do it. And right now, economically speaking, there is no advantage that you have over a Filipino kid. Or like just think about Korean cracked kids, Chinese super cracked kids. There's little to no point in learning how to code. There's little to no point in coding at all. So I think that you should steer away from doing anything that these kids can do, because eventually they're gonna outcompete you. If not on quality, they're just gonna pump out more quantity, and if not on that, they're just gonna be much cheaper. So really, there is no competition there. There is no lines of code that can make you rich right now. There's no way you can compete with tech giants because they have crazy distribution. And even if you look at VCs, they're investing in crypto scams, ChatGPT wrappers, and that's it. That's pretty much it. There's nothing that's making money. If you give money to people, they're just gonna spend it on more ads, content. Oh, well, thank you for your funding. We're just gonna spend it on content creators that are gonna promote it. That's all there is. There's nothing to spend money on. Nothing. There's no advancements. There's no progress. There's nothing. So, I don't think you should be coding. ChatGPT can code. Kids in India can code. Kids in Japan. Kids in Vietnam. Kids in Mongolia. Can you believe it? Imagine like spending your days coding and then a kid in Mongolia has done more than you. Can you believe that? So simply the coding ecosystem, it was put on a pedestal for a long time simply because it was probably not intelligible to a lot of people who also happen to be like earning less than coders. So it felt like this alchemical kind of magic thing where people just make money off. But it's really not the case anymore. right now you have competition from all sides. There's simply no way you're going to compete with all of these people. And if not on quality, they're going to beat you on price. So that's that. And people are like, yeah, just build a SaaS, bro. Just build a SaaS. What kind of SaaS are you meant to build? What kind of SaaS? Who pays for software anymore? I don't think anybody's going to pay for software in like 5 years. This is one of the reasons I'm kind of short on Adobe. I don't like Adobe as a company. It's a fucking disgusting company. They have very unfair policies to their customers. Their software is also expensive. And on top of that, you can just get it pirated for free. But now you don't even need to pirate it. You can just tell ChatGPT to build a clone of it. And soon enough, it's going to be able to do so. And at that point, who is going to pay for Photoshop? Who is going to pay for Premiere? Who is going to pay for software anymore? And so software breaks down into this much more let's call it non-monolithic kind of thing, where everybody has their own software and they can just change it around. It's going to be a great time for open source, I guess. And, you know, unless you really like doing it, unless you really like open source, there is no money in coding. There is no money in tech. The only place where money is crypto. So, you know, just go ahead and scam people out of their money. Or another thing that I don't understand is Web3. Like, Web3 is just a smokescreen. It feels like one of those lies that you tell to venture capitalists, and they like just give you money because you're saying difficult words. That's kind of what Web3 is in a nutshell. So again, right now, kids in Mongolia are going to probably outcompete you on almost any and everything that regards coding. So don't code. I personally spend like at max 10 minutes of my day coding. It's simply not worth it. And rug pulling with crypto is a much better idea, or just do something in the real world. Buy some weapons, get strong, go to the gym, learn how to fight. This is going to be much more useful. Or if you're going to code, if you have to code, go into cybersecurity. That's the thing. That's where the money is. That's where people are needed, because if you just think about it, now that everybody can code, everybody can attack. Everybody can attack, you know, servers and all that kind of stuff. So if you understand the structures, the, you know, whole software ecosystem behind the scenes, and if you learn how to keep it safe from external threats, that's going to be, you know, just think of it like this. Beforehand, one person in a million had a gun, but now it went up tenfold. Actually, let's say it went up 100-fold. Now 100 person in a million have a gun. So every time you go out, there is much more chance that you get attacked. And so cybersecurity, to me, right now, is so much more worth it as a career field than anything else. Pretty much anything else is useless. You wouldn't trust a Mongolian kid in cybersecurity. So cybersecurity is the way, man. Cybersecurity is probably the most important thing that you can do right now. Anyway, don't code. Na, na, na. got someone coming. Do do do. Now you gotta leave, leave, leave. Take down some summertime. Keep on I'm very disillusioned with coding at the moment. Damn, bro. Haven't been posting on YouTube for a long ass time. And like, you know, I like streaming. I've got to be honest. Like, I don't like streaming that much, for a bunch of reasons. But I like the fact that you can just, you know. Now you got someone coming. I don't like the beard. Fuck. I got a haircut today. I don't like the beard at all. Cause like when you go to a barber, they don't know how to cut your beard. They're so stupid. Anyway, let's see how this was going. So, oh no, fuck. So hopefully now it works. Yo, man. I'll just clip it up for you. So no worries for that. I'll post the clips. I'm setting up the whole, you know, like the whole ecosystem to work. So I just stream and then the content gets clipped and everything. So, you know, gonna do that for a while now. I'm gonna stream kinda regularly now. Finished my exams lately, so now I'm kinda free. So we're gonna do a bunch of lives. I'm thinking about what to do. I'm thinking about what kind of stuff to bring on this channel. I want it to be informative. I don't want it to be like a place where you come and waste time. At the same time, I think I don't want to be heavy, you know. A lot of times, you like these people that use social media as a way to teach tend to just fall into the fact that, you know, they get too serious about it, you know. And like a lot of times, YouTube or social media is just a way to, I don't know, spend some time not worrying about the world. So that is something that I'm kind of looking into. So anyway, I don't fucking understand why, but I've been trying to use Assembly AI, but it's not worked. It's not working, at least. I wonder why it is. Is it a problem with my video? Oh damn, okay.
I've been thinking about the atomic.
Fuck, okay. That's why. I don't know why there is no audio here.
No use of these ultimate weapons.
I wonder why that is. Let's see if it works now. Weird. Also, is it me or is like everything political on the internet today? Like nowadays. It's gotten so much worse. Like everybody just wants to talk about the political state of the world right now. Which is crazy, like, you know. Why the fuck are you talking about that? It's way above your pay grade. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. There's no way you can change things. Unless, like, you know, unless you think for yourself and you fucking, you know, just do your due diligence, research, think about what you're gonna do, like, think about actual problems and actual solutions. But like, I think, you know, politics is just a waste of time. So many people hooked on politics for what? What are you taking out of this? It's just what do they call it? A surrogate fucking task. There's nothing natural in that. It's just the consequence of modern life being so empty that you just have to look for something to do with your time. Let's see. Does this work?
Nuclear weapons are more like...
Okay. So now it should work. Hopefully, at least. I don't know why the first time around, like, the audio got stuck. I don't know. One of the things that mostly scares me is how good of a writer AI is, or at least is becoming. And simply, you know, super intelligence puts us in a weird place, in a weird situation. The moment that you no longer read stuff that people wrote, the moment that you no longer look at stuff that has been sketched by a human but by a computer, the moment everything is, I would call it fake, but let's say everything is non-human, at least on the internet, then and obviously this is gonna like even ripple back into the real world. If you just think about billboards or arts or, you know, any kind of visual task or any kind of copy that there is to write, even for the real world, for restaurants, for graffiti, for anything. All of this non-human crap is going to be flooding the internet, flooding the real world, flooding every place there is. What do we do then? Like, the moment that AI can write better than fucking Shakespeare, the moment it can rap better than most people, like, there's this AI band that came out lately, and I've listened to their, actually I've not listened to it, I've heard about them. I wonder how good they are. But you know, maybe we'll just go back to dismantling the industry of all of these intellectual artifacts. So back in the day, you just went to a bar and you would listen to anything that there was on. If there was a live band playing, it was fine. It was good enough. That was great, I think, at least. And you didn't expect anything out of that. You would have gone there and looked for just something. And you would have, been much more present. I think that maybe by making the internet implode on itself, this may be a consequence, that people just ditch it altogether, I guess. Anyway, let's see how this is going. Why the fuck does it... that gateway? Nah, there's no way. Damn, my internet connection is slow as fuck today. Oh, that's why. That's why it got fucked up, I think, at least. So, this feels so refreshing. This is something that I've never seen. That is crazy. Oh my god. I feel like a lot of times people say like our culture is hostage. Our culture is held hostage of the internet, of the algorithm, but like fucking just don't use the internet. Don't use social media, right? That's it sounds like the most normal kind of response you can give to this. If there is this issue, just avoid it. Just don't participate in it. And it won't be that much of an issue. Okay, so let's see. Is this done? Yes. Yes. Just export this. Reveal in Finder. Let's see how this goes. What the fuck? Damn, why did it break? Oh, okay. I needed to run this also. So now it should. Let's see. Yo, listen. Output 2. Okay, now it should work. Get me my yesterday.
I've been thinking about the atomic bomb lately, and how strange it is that something so powerful hasn't really changed how wars are fought, or how...
Okay, so we need much less. So it's gonna be like 20. Maybe even less. Maybe it's like 15. Okay. Let's get rid of all of this. I'll put 3 and we take it. Yo! What the fuck?
I've been thinking about the atomic bomb lately, and how strange, or how I've been thinking about the atomic bomb lately, and how strange it is that something so powerful hasn't really changed how wars are fought, or how politics work. The bomb is simple in idea, but terrible in effect. You split an atom, and suddenly there's a burst of energy so intense it can wipe out a whole city.
What the fuck? I fucking hate DaVinci Resolve. It's so bad. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. My god. Like, I hate Adobe, but it's so much better than DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is stupid as fuck. Fuck DaVinci. Anyway, I don't know. Well, I'm automating a content farm, so that's what I'm working on. That's something that I've been kinda, it's been kind of my goal at the beginning. That of just launching this kind of content automation thing, just so that you can put out content quicker, better, all of that. I'm still kind of dubious about how good of a solution it might be. Mainly because, well, content is something that should be fun, ideally. So, I don't know. Do, 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 do. Why did I miss some? I don't understand, man. I think Premiere Pro is just so much better than DaVinci. So fucking much better. Anyway. Oh, who is that? Let me check. Sorry if I don't look at chat continuously. My screen is kinda... Did you have... No, I don't. I don't think I'll ever pay for that. It's just not a. I don't see the value in it right now. Because I use the API if I have to, but you know, there's not I don't think there's any need for that. Okay, so now this shit works.
I've been thinking about the atomic bomb lately, and how strange it is that something so powerful hasn't really changed how wars are fought.
Why is it? Why is it so wrong?
I've been thinking about the atomic bomb lately, and how strange it is that something so powerful hasn't.
Okay, now. Okay. So this is all there is to it. Hopefully I didn't fuck up with the temperature. But actually the temperature isn't too much of a thing. Like, it's not too problematic actually. So that's good. Anyway. Let's see. How much depends on the work. I think you can try out Google's. They have like a lot of like free stuff. They have good free limits also. So really you can use it like for very cheap, and it's pretty good. So yeah, I recommend you just use AI Studio to play with it. Then you just get this code over here and you can just, you know, you can just try out for yourself. $18. What the fuck? Damn, okay. Okay, awesome. Now it should work. Also, it depends on your work. So, I don't know what that is. If you're coding, then maybe you can. Like, obviously, it depends on what you have to do. So different models are going to serve different. Okay, yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, man. I'll see you. Thanks for dropping by, though. Okay, so now this should work. Where is it? See you, man. Okay. Let me see now. Let me show you right now before you give it up. How much do I not give a fuck? Let me show you right now before you give it up.
I've been thinking about the atomic bomb lately and how
The fuck? Why is it not working, man? Okay. I've got to do something real quick. Okay. Now it should work. Let's see.
I've been thinking about the atomic.
Okay.
I've been thinking about the atomic bomb. How strange it is that something so powerful hasn't really changed how wars are fought or how politics work. The bomb is simple in idea, but terrible in effect. You split an atom, and suddenly there's a burst of energy so intense it can wipe out a whole. I've been thinking about the atomic bomb lately, and how I've been thinking about the atomic bomb lately, and how strange it is that something so powerful hasn't really changed how wars are fought or how politics work.
Damn, okay. Well, this was just much more quick than just having to do anything else. So damn, man. Anyway. He'll give us what we need. Baby girl trying to get a nut. Let me show you right now before you give it out.
The bomb is simple in idea, but terrible in effect. You split an atom, and suddenly there's a burst of energy so intense it can wipe out a whole.
Kinda crazy that this is me speaking. I do see this.
Lately, and how strange it is that something so powerful hasn't really changed how wars are fought or how politics work. The bomb is simple in idea, but terrible in effect. You split an atom, and suddenly there's a burst of energy so intense it can wipe out a whole city in moments. That's what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
This is actually pretty
Places erased by a fire.
I feel like, these AI characters are something crazy, man. Like, just thinking about this is devastating.
I've been thinking about the atomic bomb lately, and how strange it is. Fire wars went on.
Anyway. Man, I wish. Well. fuck is wrong, bro?
Death into the world. And in a sense, into the world. In a sense, he did. But death isn't. Death isn't a player at the bargaining table. The bargaining table. It's the end. It's the end of the story. So the bomb changed the world. Changed the world, yes, but not by changing how we fight. It changed it. It changed it by reminding us. By reminding us how close we are. To everything ending, and maybe everything ending, and maybe that and that reminder is the everything ending, and maybe that reminder is the only real power it has.
Okay.
I've been thinking about the atomic bomb lately, and how strange it is that
This is crazy. This is all AI. This is all AI. Can you believe it? Like, you can just clone yourself. That's crazy, man. Like, for short form video, like, short form video is poisonous by itself. But just think about what this implies. I think the implications of this are still, like, somewhat, very
places.
But can you like, just, this is so I don't even have words for it. Like, it's absolutely okay. This is done. This is done. Okay. What do we do now? What do we do now? So this is just bad. This is horrible. This captioning is not good. Anyway, once this is exported, I'll just move over somewhere else. What can we stream afterwards? Well, I don't think there's much I can stream right now. I can just code my way into this. Man. Okay, there is something that I want to look at, and then we've done an hour, so that was the goal. The goal right now that I have is stream an hour every day for a while. I'll probably stream tonight also, you know. It's not like I really have anything to do. Unless I do. Which may happen, but you know. Okay, awesome. Awesome, let's go. Let's fucking go. I'm not liking 11 Labs lately. It feels just so artificial. Just listen to this.
Countries with these weapons, America, Russia, Britain, Israel, India, Pakistan, they've all fought wars.
Can you believe how bad it is? It's so fucking bad. Anyway, there is one thing that I want to see. Where the fuck is it? Close this. And now. I don't know why all of this opened.
Keep rolling with it. What?
But there is one thing that I want to look at. And that is. What? Oh, now I get it. The problem with women? Really? The problem with women? Okay, I'm gonna react to this. I wanna watch this. I wanna fucking watch this. But before we do, there is one thing that I wanna watch. That I really wanna watch. And that is. Okay. So, there is one thing that I've wanted to take a look at for a while, and that is. I was like a melody. Every chance I'll be learning fast, a new day will come, and then it will pass. I'll call you on. Say I won't. Say I won't. There's no use trying love. But in the air of today is tomorrow's dust. Can you stop? Yo, can you stop? Come on, man. Okay. I'm so fucking pissed. Okay, let me just close this up. Put this back. Why is everything broken, man? Okay. Okay, so somebody doesn't want me to fucking react to this band. Okay. Okay. There's this band that's blowing up on Spotify apparently. It's the Velvet Sundown. And this is their single. I've been wanting to listen to it. The peculiar thing about them is that everything is AI. These people don't exist. So I wonder what kind of music they make. I wonder who listens to it. And this is not the first time that AI music comes out and gets some traction. There was a pretty interesting like jazz AI playlist on YouTube called What Is, and I kind of liked that. But this is, this is different. They have like 500,000 listeners on Spotify. So let's listen to it first, and then I'll give you my conclusions.
Dust on the wind, boots on the ground, smoke in the sky, no peace found. Rivers run red, the drums roll slow. Tell me, brother, where do we go? Raise your hand, don't look away, sing out loud, make them pay. March for peace, not for pride. Let that flag turn with the tide.
I wonder if the voice is also AI. And I wonder if the lyrics are also AI. And like judging from the whole setup, I think it is. I don't like the song. Not because it's AI, but the fact that it's AI makes it so fucking weird. It just feels wrong, And then you have symbolism in the cover. Like, what the fuck is this? But I think the musicians should be the ones cheering the most for this. Because the public will just be like, what the fuck is this? And will want to listen to live music where musicians are. And music has also like been a very unforgiving kind of, very unforgiving career choice. Nobody makes it up, statistically. Maybe 1 in a million makes it. But now, even being like the local musician is maybe going to be much better. Like, likely digital platforms are going to be just fucked over and flooded with this garbage. But this just means that I don't know if people will get used to it. But to be honest, I fear that might be. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. I also feel that a lot of the clips that come out of this, a lot of the listeners they have are fake. They may be bots. So that's something. But I think this is just going to be a problem more for the music industry than for the musicians. I feel like the purity of art is going to be reestablished once people can look past this. And I don't think that's unfeasible. I think that may happen. I think that that's not going to be a problem. But yeah, we'll have to see. Anyway, I didn't like this. But I tend to, like, when it comes to instrumental music, yeah, it's pretty good. When it comes to instrumental music, I like it. So, I don't know. I have no idea. But like, live performances of any kind, of any level, I think are going to like gain a lot of grounds. That's a optimistic perspective about humanity, which maybe we shouldn't have. But I mean, who is really in danger if people listen to this? Whose job is on the line? Is it the musicians? Maybe. At the end of the day, this is just a marketing coup, I think. So, what a time to be a marketer. Everything is marketing nowadays. I'm still kind of... Let's listen to the last part of it.
Guitars cry out, bullets fly. Mama prays while young men die. Ashes fall on sacred land. We still got time to make a stand. Raise your hand.
Okay, it doesn't help that this is not really my kind of genre, so that is something. I don't want to listen to this. It just feels, it's painful, Like, the worst thing that can happen from this is that nobody makes music anymore, because AI can just make music. And so the whole artistic profession is just ruined by this. Nobody respects music anymore, and nobody wants to make music anymore. That's the worst thing that can happen from this. And I hope that doesn't. I hope that really doesn't. But we will see, I guess. Spotify has been doing this for a long time. They filled Spotify with a bunch of shitty AI tracks just to not pay royalties to musicians. But yeah, this is disgusting. But the music industry is so dirty on so many levels that really I don't know on whose side I should stand. My hope is that this can actually help help smaller musicians, and have them come out, have people enjoy live music more, and have musicians have more opportunities to play around. I wonder why, I wonder how. Yesterday you told me about the blue, blue sky, and all that I can see is just a yellow lemon tree. I'm burning my head up and down, burning, 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 burning around and down. I can see, and all that I can see is just a yellow lemon tree. Oh man, okay. So, let's watch this video. And then I'm gonna end the stream. So, let's see. This guy looks kinda gay. Let's see what he has to say. The video is called The Problem with Women.
Female adult daycare is out of control.
Okay. Now I get it. Now I get
Big
it.
girl job. Can't wait to find out what it is. You know your job must be important when there's literally no one in the office. consumed a beverage, turned a laptop on, and swizzed around in a chair. And it's lunchtime.
Oh no, she's gonna write some emails.
Ethics concern training. Sure, that's vitally important.
Damn, okay. Oh, she used Excel.
Hard day at the office, same woman. Literally the same video, only this time she somehow appears to do even less work.
Vogue, it's giving Madonna. Vogue, it's giving life. Goals, it's giving Mariah. Diva, it's giving.
Hard day at the office. Another day, another dollar.
Every once in a while, there's some women that make videos about them at work and they just fuck up everything. I remember the Gen Z, I don't know, like the women dancing around.
Another
Like,
hard day at the office.
that was crazy. Damn, imagine working in this office.
Congressional staffer talk where we are slowly crashing out because WTF is actually happening in the 119th session of madness. So many jobs, I swear, are fake.
Yeah.
Office jobs are just daycare for women to make sure that they don't start a family and become a wife and mom. Look at her slippers that she's wearing at work, dancing on the table. And she thinks she's important, you know? She thinks that her job matters.
The smart-ass staffer, BLM, Free Palestine. American taxpayers, you're literally funding this.
I've been a nasty girl, nasty. I've been a nasty girl, nasty. I've been a nasty girl.
Casework?
What the
What work are you
fuck?
actually doing besides recording literally hundreds of TikTok videos on the job? So you've
You as a consultant for Deloitte. I woke up at 6 a.m. to
Every consultant just doesn't do anything.
grab coffee.
Coffee.
Then I went to get breakfast with some of my friends.
Food.
Here's one of the coffee bars.
coffee.
We did some team bonding exercises.
Team bonding.
Exercise. They're playing with Lego. It's a nursery.
So here are some of the things I had for dinner.
More food.
Towards the end of the night, it's now 8 p.m. We have more team bonding exercises.
More nursery.
Let's have some ice cream.
More food. Hard day at the office.
This is a day in my life as a product designer at Meta. We finished lunch with some gelato and then we went exploring and found a music room.
Literally what they have in nurseries. Hard day at the office. Finally get a job. Average of 7 to 8 Zoom meetings per day. Woman to man ratio is at least 10 to 1.
Gen Z boss in a mini! Gen Z boss in a mini!
What work are
What?
these women even doing? In between eating, drinking, making cringe TikToks and behaving like toddlers in a creche that can't and won't be replaced by AI within 10 years. Feminists told women that this
I mean, that's not just women. That's every office work. Actually, most offices have a lot of men also that don't do shit.
careerism would be an exciting, cut and thrust, liberating experience. And what is it in reality? Turning up to a mostly empty office, fiddling around in a wagey pod doing fuck all, and having an endless procession of pointless meetings.
Then we had back-to-back sessions.
That's
for a
what
few
corporate
hours.
is.
We had some very cool brainstorming sessions. My teammates are such talented, thoughtful people. We had more back-to-back meetings until the end of the day.
It's a question I've heard so many times before. Oh, you're nearly pushing middle age. Alright, rude. How come you look 10 years younger than you are? Only 10? Well, it's not rocket science. It's called regularly moisturising your face and having a good...
Fuck you.
Not gonna lie, that does...
Pizza at 8:20 and got to work. A total
Okay.
laid off yes.
So we're gonna have a lot of these. Okay, so I'm gonna say, yeah, women don't belong at work.
Quite simply stalled there.
But work has turned into a bunch of fake crap in most organizations. And AI is going to replace not just women, but men. There are so many email jobs. There are so many fake data engineer jobs. And AI is just speeding up so many things. It's just going to take away everybody's job, not just women's. But then you look at women and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? So, yeah, I think it's just the more valid criticism is that you move to anybody who takes their career way too seriously. It's not so serious. it's not so important. You shouldn't be slaving away your time like that, because AI is just gonna take over, and the corporation won't be like, oh, but you were so good to us. No, your job is worthless. It will be replaced by AI. It's fake. There's nothing true in your job, and that's okay. That's something that you need to accept. There's no having this job, progressing in your career is not going to make anything. It's not going to make you a better person than everybody else. You're just taking AI's job, okay? I wonder what it's going to be like in like 50 years. Okay, where are we? Should I just call it a day? 1 hour and 18 minutes. I'll stream a little more. I'll do a little more, man. I'll do a little more. Let's see what we can do. We've listened to the AI music. We've found the problem with women. Oh,
For HQ that treats them like pampered children, abandoning.
okay. That's good enough. Good enough for me, okay? This was a good video, I have to say it. First good video in a while, in a long damn while. That's good. Finally some good shit. I've been saving so many videos. I feel like I'm just exhausted with watching this kind of video, like the super edited ones. Nobody wants to listen to edited stuff. All people want is just somebody to talk to the camera in a normal way that is entertaining and that isn't too edited, that, you know, it's just fine. Like, nobody wants to watch a 20-minute long video. It's no time for that, bro. Let's see, is there any interesting stuff to watch? Let's do it quick though. Oh, there's this channel. This channel is pretty awesome. This channel, Predictive History, highly recommended. He is, I think, a middle school teacher, but he got popular overnight because he predicted the Iran war. So it's actually the Iran trap 1 year ago. So that's crazy. Anyway, I recommend him. He's got good videos, which are not particularly edited and anything like that. So The Lie of Progress. What Dostoevsky warned us about. How Jubilee exposed Jordan Peterson's one track. I don't want to watch Jordan Peterson, to be honest. He's Oh, this is something that I wanted to look at. So, the Nothing phone. Nothing phone is
This
out.
has been a long time coming. The Nothing company appeared 5 years ago. They first released a pair of earphones, then they dabbled in entry-level and mid-range smartphones, but the Nothing Phone 3 is the first time they have ever released a flagship phone. Why have they waited this
Okay.
long? Well, basically because this is the single hardest type of product to actually pull off. The second you start charging $799 like they are doing here, you are now directly competing against some of the best phones from massive companies with practically unlimited investment budgets, like Samsung's Galaxy S25 and Apple's iPhone 16, both of which also launched at exactly $799. So the question that we have to answer is actually really simple. Is this better? Starting with the design. I've actually been a big fan
Looks
of
ass.
Nothing's whole transparent aesthetic. Pretty much every Nothing phone I've seen thus far has instantly vibed with me. But this
It looks
is
very
the first
bad.
one that hasn't. It just looks a bit spotty, with like half an NFC coil over here, this strange spacing between the various points of interest, and the fact that this camera is very close to being aligned with this one, but it's just a little tiny bit off.
Yeah,
It gives me
kinda weird.
unfinished prototype energy. Plus, materially speaking, Nothing is a little behind. They have now introduced IP68 for water and dust, like you would expect on a flagship. The mid-frame is made from aluminium, again, just like its peers. But the glass protecting the front, the video is that you put a cord into this. The Glyph Matrix, 489
This is just a dumb gimmick stuff.
individual LEDs, or
This is
well, I guess,
the
in other
least
words,
useful thing that you can add
basically
to a
a tiny
phone.
second screen, which we kind of predicted. It was becoming pretty clear with the past few Nothing phones that we were approaching the limit of how much information you can actually convey with just light strips. Like, yes, they could light up if you had a pending notification. Yes, you could specify which contacts are important enough that they will cause your glyph to come on, and even
Okay.
with what pattern. So you could be at dinner, for example, with your phone face down, but still know who has tried to contact you. But then these lights, they could never give you anything about the context of that notification. So you never really know enough to be able to decide if it was actually important or not, without them flipping the phone over into attack position, but then that defeats the entire purpose. So, is the Glyph Matrix better? Mixed opinions. So, my very first thought was, I don't really like it. The Glyph lights were, while clearly flawed, still iconic and extremely cool. Whereas
Yeah.
this is just a screen. We've seen plenty of phones
Yeah, it
already
looks
with
it looks like a
Whereas
cheap.
this-
It looks like a cheap watch. It's I don't like it at all.
is just a screen. We've seen plenty of phones already with screens on the back, and those screens have already been bigger, higher resolution, and in color. But then I started interacting with it, and my opinion improved a little. One thing that you can rely on Nothing doing is putting the work in software-wise. And so, while as a piece of hardware, this Matrix is extremely underwhelming in 2025, what you're getting here is Nothing's software curation. So, at any one time, the Matrix can display one widget, or
Okay, this is so stupid. Okay, it doesn't make a phone a flagship.
spin the bottle and rock, paper, scissors, which, you know, I'm
It's so stupid.
used to be able
This
to
is peak technological derangement.
provide. And
What the
in
fuck
a
is
future
going on
update,
here?
You'll be able to see the caller ID of someone who's ringing you by long pressing on the Glyph button, which makes no sense at all because it takes the same amount of time to just turn your phone around and check, and at least that way you can also answer if you want to. There are some things about it that are not useful but still cool, like the Nothing signals, which are Nothing style ringtones and notifications, but they're the complete package. Sound, haptic feedback, all paired with an accompanying
This looks cool,
animation on the Glyph Matrix.
But it's
very simple, but
useless. Nobody cares.
Oh, David,
Can we, bro? Half the video is about this fucking glyph.
start with the red flags. The chipset
Okay.
that Nothing has gone for is the Snapdragon 8S Gen 4, which is not the very highest end Snapdragon 8 Elite that Samsung uses. Plus, no real mention of any kind of advanced cooling system. So, while Nothing has been pretty good so far at always picking the sensible middle ground chip and doing a lot of software work behind the scenes to get the most out of it,
Yeah.
there's no way that it doesn't get absolutely mowed down by Samsung in a head-to-head. We're talking 30 to 40% performance lead to Samsung. So, like, if you're into graphically intensive phone games, then That
Nobody
already
is.
writes this off for you. The other one is
Who plays phone games anymore?
the display. So this is very much a flagship screen in terms of color reproduction, in terms of brightness. Fantastic. The screen
Okay.
has exactly the same pixel density as the iPhone 16. So most Android phones will still outlast an iPhone 16 or a Samsung Galaxy S25. The Phone
Yeah.
3's battery capacity is 5,150 milliamp hours, which compares quite well to Samsung's 4,000. Now, on one hand, it's a bigger phone. Of course, it has a bigger capacity. The Phone 3 is actually more similar in size to the S25 Plus, which has 4,900 milliamp hours. But then the S25 Plus starts at $999, so I feel like it makes more sense to compare this to what Samsung gives you at this $799 price.
Yeah.
And if you do that, I would expect the Phone 3 to outlast them pretty significantly. I used the Nothing Phone 2 for quite a while. The battery life there was outstanding, and everything about this phone makes me think it is going to last pretty much as long as that. Longer if all you were doing was surfing and watching YouTube and not pushing that chip, but then back to being about the same if it's mixed usage, including some demanding stuff like camera and gaming. Now, there is one weird thing, which is that this same phone is being marketed as having 5,500 milliamp hours of battery in India. So just to address that, no, they haven't created two different versions of this with different dimensions and different weights. It is actually the same battery inside. It's just that there's a software limitation being put on it in this country and many other countries, because if the battery capacity goes above a certain amount, then it becomes classed as a dangerous good, which can make your shipping costs go crazy. The end battery life you get should be the same. This is more just the semantics of how it's being presented, and so you shouldn't be having battery problems. It's a bit of a learning curve when it comes to understanding it. And then the thing that is completely new this time
What's
is
the camera like?
search, which is swipe up from the bottom of your screen to be able to quickly get to.
Okay, let's just see what the camera is about. Here we go.
Close-ups using your ultra-wide camera, like you do on most phones. You don't have to shove this phone super close to your subject and block out all the light going to it. And you can now focus from 10 centimeters away instead of 15, like you could the last time Nothing had this feature. Although I gotta say, this is a very funny example of marketing, because while this is the story they're telling you, that, oh, we can focus even closer than the last time we did this, the reason for that is that this is a smaller sensor than the last time they did it. They have reassured me that the photo quality from this telephoto should still be better, just because of processing. So overall, nothing about the Nothing Phone 3, at least right now, is blowing me away.
I feel like we've reached a maxima when it comes to phones. There is no space to improve a phone. Cameras are peak, and they're way too distracting. I think that I've been saying this for a long time.